Hello, and welcome to a new episode of Rhapsody. This episode, Enter the Dragon. There are plenty of anime games that, feature dragons. I mean, probably a prevalent one being, one of the more popular animes in the West, Dragon Ball, and particularly Dragon Ball Z, but we're going to take a look at something from the original Dragon Ball today. Also, another anime dragon franchise, Dragon Quest. Yes, we're going to enter the foray into what's considered the first true JRPG, but not before taking a look at some other things, including some things that, might not exactly be anime, but are definitely animated. So with that, let's go ahead and start. We have quite a bit to cover today, so let's just go ahead and get started. If we're talking about games involving dragons and anime, there's kind of one franchise I think we need to start with. And this is definitely a thing.
Oh, hold on. Last time on Retro Ranked Rhapsody. Go on.
This is Dragon Ball Shenron no Nazo. This is a game based on the original Dragon Ball, not Z. So if you're not familiar with that one, basically it's when Goku was a kid. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start it. Oh, actually, I didn't realize it was an intro.
The one that was loosely based off Journey to the West.
Yes.
Wait, so this is a translated import?
So the fun thing about this particular version, this is actually one of the first fan-translated games I ever played. This is an incredibly old fan translation.
Well, this was infamously ported to the US with all the Dragon Ball stuff modified since no one knew what it was, right?
Yes, it came out as Dragon Power. Also, they toned down some of the content, which we'll see later why.
Tell me more about panties.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
God, these are some sprites.
This is a 1986 Famicom game, so...
I do enjoy the 8-bit mix of the theme song.
I hate it.
Okay, so we are Goku. We can punch things. Also, our health is constantly draining, by the way. It's one of those games. Also, is there a... Oh, yes, there is.
This is one of those rub up on against everything in case it's a secret door game in this thing.
Kind of. Okay, now we got the power pole. And these shells, which are... Those are actually Kamehameha charges. So if I were to say hold down the attack button and then hit the jump button, I'll do a Kamehameha.
That is definitely a combination. Also, hi Chachi, tell me your feelings on Dragon Ball.
I quite like Dragon Ball.
Also, these bosses, just face tank them. Oh, actually, I'm not even...
Beat him in the dick!
Just face tank them. Oh wait, you can't face tank them.
Just fuck up he dick.
The hit detection in this game might not be that great. Also, you can earthbound a lot of these boss fights by basically making it so that they die before your health drains, because your health will drain at a constant rate.
What
Whoa.
the fuck is this and why do I hate it?
Well, bye, Bulma.
No, be gone! That sprite was terrible! I hated it.
I love his smile.
Also...
That's my facial expression when I find out that all the snacks are
Yep! Damn!
Now we move
I
fast.
fucking knew it! Why move fast? That's...
Oh no, you've got the Waku Waku legs.
Yeah, they bothered to animate that.
So is Arale in this game?
No, because that would make this game good. At least I'm pretty sure she's not. She probably isn't just a horrifying sprite. Also, this has that problem where depending upon what handedness, like, the direction is, that it can actually throw things off.
They kept the mouth, and I hate it.
Okay, but for a moment that was about the funniest game screenshot I've ever seen. Just a lowercase.
I guess.
Oh my god, there's a bee.
God. the side sprite is...
Not good.
I also love that his hair is almost, but not quite, the same color as the background.
Oh my... Bulma, what is wrong?
Please stop talking, Bulma. Please stop existing. You afraid?
Yeah, it doesn't... It gets, I think, about halfway through the Red Ribbon Army arc.
Wasn't there supposed to be like an intro where Roshi talks to you, or...
Yes.
You missed that.
Yeah, weird. Oh, also, I think there's a thing here.
Damn, you're good. What does the mystery do?
Points.
What is shitty mystery?
It would do something else if Goku were smart enough to comprehend mysteries. What did...
Oh yeah, the boss rabbit. Oh, that stage sucks.
I'm looking for the sea?
I'm really looking forward to Monster Carrot.
Do I need ocean?
If we last that long, because I'm just gonna go ahead and say we're probably what?
I really love that Deion Sanders high step.
So man, like this translation's not even funny bad, it just feels really stilted.
Oh, also that cupcake I think is a max health.
Really stilted like a
Get
Persona
two.
game.
Why cupcake?
I don't know.
Because power-ups have to be things that kids want.
Also, I mean, it's definitely food related. It is Goku after all.
I mean, you think the meat would be full health.
This seems like a nope. Actually, you know what? I don't even want. Oh, good.
Just fuck off, losers. Also, I appreciate that his hand is not attached.
So the way that this handles in this game is basically we now get a power. There can now be a power up in rotation that is basically a warp. But also.
If show me panties.
God damn it.
Also.
Yes!
By the power of the six pantsuit.
We collected all the chaos panties.
I mean, that's one way to
Now
show
Master
that.
Roshi will give us a wish.
Yeah, that's. They don't handle it as. Oh, also, yes. So the thing is that the panties and the Dragon Power are actually sandwiches.
It's like, give me your sandwiches.
And it's weird, he makes the same reaction too.
They're good sandwiches.
Erotic sandwiches.
But yes, that is definitely because that scene, the very infamous scene from the original series, where basically it plays out kind of like that, except oh wait, Goku stole Bulma's baby. I will go ahead and say that one of the best uses of the
He pervert. He steal our girl.
the best use of the DS dual screen was the Dragon Ball game for the DS.
Go on.
Because basically it's that scene, except you see it where, but the naughty bits are in between like the two screens, so it's like that. I just thought that was funny.
Then why even try? What's the point?
Okay, so basically with this level we basically gotta look for Oolong.
Also, the best use to dual screens is fucking Zero Escape and I'll fight you. Specifically 999.
I mean, that wasn't exactly what I mean. By best I mean
I know.
the ones that made me chuckle the hardest, but
Actually, the best use is Hotel Dusk.
yeah, I was
Closing
gonna say
the-
Hotel Dusk has a lot better like that's actual really good uses of it. Also wanted to also really use the resistive nature of the touchscreen really well, because they actually have a segment where multi-touch is a thing.
Yeah.
Which is great, because it also renders emulation of it kind of hard.
Yeah, incredibly hard. It's really good. I still say though 999 has my favorite use overall. Though it's like a fucking big thing at the very end, and I hate that fact. Cat, fuck off, cat.
Goes along. Also, by the way, I hope you like this music, because this is the only song in the game.
I wish it was over.
Oh, I didn't realize you can collect those.
So what exactly are these things popping out? One of them looks like a weird sort of space alien French maid.
I think they're supposed to be, because it was like when he oh, there we go. When we kidnap, or when Oolong kidnaps them in the show, like they all like turn in. They're like
Right, he makes
basically
them
because he's too chicken shit to actually do anything. Basically, he just lets them like basically they're just watching his TV and just eating all his food. So basically, they're all dressed up like it's the 80s. Even though it's like these, whatever period Dragon Ball takes place in.
It takes place in the Dragon Ball.
It takes place in Dinosaur Future.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be
Where the king of the earth is a dog.
Yeah, that's how all fantasy anime.
But you forget, Akira Toriyama is not the most creative.
I was just gonna bring up Naruto. Like when you're talking about like everyone's dressed like it's the 80s.
Oh yeah, anachronistic bullshit everywhere, yeah.
Hold on. There's
Great.
a way. See, there's a reason I'm doing it like this. There's something stupid you can show off in these. Yep. You can get him caught underneath stuff.
Man, I'm just waiting for Goku to jump on Oolong and chomp his head. Then throw him at a wall and watch him die. Tomb was a good game.
Oolong.
I want Oolong to suffer is what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, same. I'm just remembering when he tried to turn into a giant ogre and eat Goku with chopsticks by dunking him in soup. But he stuck his thumb in the soup and was like, oh no!
What happened?
What happened?
The ball!
No! Oolong! Alas and alack, my balls are gone.
Okay,
This
so
text delay is killing me.
So yeah, we are now at the part where we beat the worst character in Dragon Ball history.
Cell?
Broly's not in this game.
Yamcha.
Yeah, it's Yamcha. It's...
Back when he was...
Are you sure not Yajirobe?
Yajirobe's better.
Yajirobe's... Okay, thank you, Les. I almost had to stop you.
What's wrong with the ass-eating samurai? So yeah, basically the gimmick for this level is you gotta find, there we go.
Yajirobe is the Bean Daddy after all.
Never say that sentence ever again!
He calls himself that in one of the movies.
That doesn't mean you should! Doesn't mean anyone should!
It's canon.
Oh.
Clearly the worst Dragon Ball character. Volley.
No,
Yes,
actually, I completely forgot about Mr. Popo existing, so I amend my statement.
You know what? Actually, you're right. So it is actually correct.
Okay, let's see if I can actually... Let's see, can I get health from here?
Okay, is he the worst or is he the most unfortunate?
I think it's the most unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate's probably the better term for him. You know, actually, I'm gonna get the power pole. Also, so for some reason, sometimes when you get the power pole, you spin. Oh.
Like you do.
Nice.
He's so happy to kick your ass.
Where does his body go when he jumps?
I quite like his weird arms.
Ding dong, what is wrong?
Your health is low.
Alright, also.
I mean, come on, guys. Wolfang Fist, am I right?
Okay, you figured out how to con this fight.
Oh, nope, nope.
You have 9 more laser cannon rounds. Just scum this out. Do a Street Fighter. There you go.
You did it.
Now the problem is do I have enough to actually find a health pickup?
No. This might be where we need to call it. Thank Christ.
Franco GT is very correct in his assessment of Dragon Ball Z characters.
There's no bias, I see.
I mean, I feel like, Chachi, I feel like you would actually enjoy his stuff. He has done a lot of Dragon Ball games.
Okay, actually, let's see, I wonder. Okay, I might just... Can I? No, I can't scam this. But yeah, time. No, it's not time-seated.
Welcome to hell!
Okay, Poor, give me some food.
Fuck off, Poir!
Yeah, no, clearly the worst character is Poir.
No. They're far worse than you know it.
Oh, crap. Well,
See, this just ties into the show, where if he gets hungry, he gets weak. Can't fight.
I mean, it is. It also sucks.
But yeah, that doesn't mean you put it in a video game.
Whoop. Okay, I'm just curious.
Yeah, I remember
okay,
the part of the
well,
show where
let's
Goku
see.
was murdered
How-
by bees.
Let's. Okay, how much? Let's see. How much health is it gonna give us? Okay, good. No, we got better stuff to take a look at. So.
I don't believe you, but okay.
Okay, so that was Dragon Ball Shenron no Nazo.
It sure was.
Other fun levels in that game is the Boss Rabbit arc, which if you don't remember Boss Rabbit from the show, basically his gimmick is that he is a rabbit, that if he touches you, you turn into a carrot.
Delicious.
That in fact, that exact thing is portrayed in the game by basically if he touches you, it's instant death.
Wonderful.
Yeah, game trash.
Also, he's huge. So yes, I'm just gonna scroll down a little bit. Oh, also I forgot.
Completely chumped him in the show.
Yeah,
So-
they sent him to the moon and forced him to make carrot cakes forever.
It's not Mochi.
It was.
I think it
yeah,
was
why was it not Mochi?
I think it was Mochi because he was him and his subordinate was doing the hammer thing.
Yeah, they were pounding mochi, but for some
Yeah.
reason I remember carrot cakes popping out.
That may have been how it got translated.
Because he was, for some reason, the boss was the guy who got stuck with the job of sticking his hand under the hammer to turn
BRB.
mochi.
Pounding carrot cakes.
So yeah, oh boy.
Just carrot cake mush.
Which of these wonderful games would I rather play?
I would rather play Battletoads, at the very least.
Yeah,
Oof.
like, let's see. I kind of think in between Battletoads and Last Fighter Twin.
I don't know. I would
Actually-
almost play Kid Icarus over it.
Actually, I think in between Doraemon and Haunted Castles, probably.
Yeah, it sounds okay to me. You know what? Actually.
Actually, somewhere between
It's not
95
going below
and
Earnest Entrance, that's
1,500.
for sure.
That's a given. I feel like it needs to stay above Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Like this is a legal requirement.
Dragon Ball.
God. Yeah, actually, no. Like Frank mentioned it, but yeah, like Vegeta fucking murdered them. Your boy's making carrot cake on the moon. Actually,
Boshi blew it up first.
Yeah, first
Yeah,
it was Roshi,
Roshi,
and
that
then
was Piccolo. Yep, Piccolo, your boy.
Did he
No,
blow it
Vegeta
up?
only made a fake moon.
He made a fake moon, and that was all for naught anyway. Sorry, my memory of this is fucking terrible.
The very specific instances in a franchise that's lasted way too long.
Hello,
Yeah.
I've
A
been
show I watched as a kid and never watched again, because fuck that series.
For once, I'm a bigger weeb than Torpo.
No,
Yes.
you are
Yes.
not. Do not say those words. You will regret with all your heart.
That's a challenge.
Also, I take it this kind of has to get the anime's tone.
Yes.
Sound. Not good.
Yeah, I mean the intro song was alright, but that's it.
Saying you're a bigger weeb than me, Chachi, is a string of cursed words you do not want to wish upon yourself.
I'm just gonna put D.
An entire monkey's paw made out of monkey's paw curls a finger.
How about those graphics?
Ugly as sin.
That ain't
Thoroughly meh at best.
I'm gonna put E. Because
Oh, no,
also it's
excuse
great
me.
because they also don't understand how certain colors shouldn't be put in front of other colors, like dark brown in front of black.
Yeah.
It don't feel good. History. I want to say that this was put on that Famicom or Mini that came out. That was the Shonen Jump one, because they, for some reason, had a Shonen Jump version of the Famicom Mini that had nothing but games that were in Shonen Jump stuff.
Well, that's already unfortunate.
I'm
That
gonna put
that
D.
might be one of the saddest things I've heard all week.
Yeah, wow.
Oddly enough, because there was a game for the NES or the Famicom that was called. There were two games that were Famicom Jump. I think it's actually missing one of them. Age. You know I don't have it here, but one thing that I think would be in this Age game that's pretty low, is the constantly draining health for no real reason.
So, can it possibly age if it was already dog shit to begin with?
I guess technically.
Yes. Because it gets dry and crusty, and then it turns into dust and blows
I'm
away.
just gonna put E.
Oh no, the poo dust.
An approach. This game is an asshole.
This game's a fuckwad.
I wouldn't say it's obtuse because really the secret stuff.
No, it's just a dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate it. This game sucks.
Yeah.
Overall rating, but in lowercase.
Well, overall rating is it's going in the red. So yes, that was Dragon Ball Shenron no Nazo. So going from one game that is based on a manga to another, except this one actually is weird because not a whole lot of people remember or realize that it is actually from a manga. Also very only tangentially related to the whole dragon theme, is this game that we're going to take a look at here. And I really just stuck this in here because I really wanted to play this game because this game is really weird for the kind of fame that it has. So yeah, this is Strider.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh dear.
Strider Hiryu, to be specific.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is actually based on a manga that I believe Capcom co-licensed, like, they kind of commissioned the comic to make it, specifically to make an arcade game tied to it. Which is really weird because it's a character that's normally considered to be a Capcom character, except it's not. It was made by, I forgot what the name was, but there is a manga house that kind of produced the character Strider and created a manga based on it. And then while they were doing that, that came out in 1988. And while they were making that, they made Capcom made this arcade game. Also simultaneously an NES game, which is its own kind of thing, which we'll get into once we inevitably rank
It's
that.
a magical experience.
Also, the arcade game story does not really have anything to do with the manga other than just having the character. So let's go ahead and start.
This game had a story?
Kinda? Well,
Oh,
'cause here's the thing.
Monokaku was the name of the
Yes.
manga publisher.
So, yeah. It kind of follows the same thing because both the manga and both the NES game and this one both start in Kazakhstan. Also, Strider. He has the sword that makes the swish noise. Which, according to lore, is a very specific, it's a really cool looking Tonfa style blade. That would be
It is not cool
completely
looking.
practical.
Also, the game's a bit loud, yeah.
Okay.
Love to hear
So,
Shane at
basically
max
the thing-
volume.
So the sword that he has is basically, it's a Tonfa style blade that basically it has like electrical charge in it. It is a specific type of class of sword that is called the Cypher in the lore of the game. And the one that Strider or Hiryu has, which Hiryu meaning dragon in Japanese, hence why it's in this episode, or the reason I'm doing to have it in this episode.
Oh my fucking
Basically
God.
means dragon. And yeah, it's the Strider or Hiryu's specific one's called the Falchion.
That's not what a falchion is.
Yeah.
It's not how they work. Also, your little robot buddies look dumb as shit.
Yeah.
The meaning of words, it goes only as far as it needs to be cool.
Also, now we have Robot Tiger friends.
Okay, this is cool.
So yeah, if you remember playing Strider from Marvel vs. Capcom, he has a bunch of those tiger things as one of his supers. Oh, except for the others.
Oh no, your tiger got fucked up.
Is incomprehensible. I owned the Genesis port of this game as a
This
kid.
game
And
still seems a bit loud, but that's just because, like,
This game has really weird balancing. Also,
yeah.
a really great boss is about to come up.
yeah, I love this boss, but that health bar is impossible to parse. The fuck is going on with it?
Oh, believe me, it could be so much worse.
So let's just take a second to, let's just take a second to appreciate this boss. The members of the whatever this thing is, also, be quiet 1 sec, because we're gonna hear something really great.
He will never leave Eurasia alive. I got you.
So in between every stage, there are voice cutscene little things. The thing that's actually really neat about it, that's
Holy
actually
shit!
Yeah,
You
also,
fucking vaporized those wolves!
Yeah.
Holy fuck!
also,
Aluminum King Kong.
so yeah, the thing that's actually kind of neat about it, that voice acting, is the fact that the language that they speak is actually the language of the where they should be from. Like that one guy was speaking, I guess, Russian, and Grandmaster, I think it's Grandmaster Mayo is the name of the final boss. Or that,
Correct.
He is speaking in English, and as well as that bounty hunter guy, I do not know what his name is. But yeah, I do find that is a really neat detail, even though the quality of the voice acting also. So
It
here's
doesn't
the thing,
need to be good.
Here's the thing about this game. This game is really weird feeling. Like not quite like
You don't
not,
say.
almost in not quite a Ernest Evans, like not nearly as bad as Ernest Evans, but in that it's that same quality of like this. Like, there's no reason why this platformer should feel like this, but it does.
Also, it's nigh incomprehensible. It's gonna power walk your way to victory.
Also, the thing about the music. So there's also another thing about this game is the music. Is the fact that music changes like every 10 seconds. Also, this section is nigh, like, incomprehensible on what is actually even going on.
The guy with the jetpack and the rifle is named Solo.
Oh, Solo.
Yeah.
Wow. Fucking, oh my god!
Yeah, that's the thing with the Tonfa, is that it just completely obliterates things.
Things happen
This
a
section
lot.
really sucks. You know what, I'm just gonna take it.
That is another important thing to note about the game's field, is that if you're in midair and take a hit, you go flying.
Yeah, and you will go through things too.
Just ass over tea kettle to the bottom of the sea.
Also, the detection on like what is a hit and what is not is really questionable. Because the thing about this game that it's one of the things I kind of hate about this game is the fact that this game should be really cool, and it just, the fact that the way it plays the way it does really hurts it. Also, these three sisters that I guess just
That you just fucking obliterate! Holy shit! Like, this game is just more brutal than I thought it would be.
Also, Hiryu speaks Japanese. Has to be expected.
Those three ladies are the Kunyong team.
Yeah, they're characters that show up in later Strider games, from what I remember, or something related to them. Oh, by the way, I haven't really been using it a lot, but you do have a slide. It does not give you any sort of invincibility, but it God, these little guys that actually shoot at you suck. Like, they're some of the hardest enemies to deal with in the game.
In addition to being a martial arts team, they are also a set of sisters.
Also,
The green one is the middle
they
sister.
do not show up in the manga, I do remember that.
Yeah, I think they were made up for this game.
Yeah, a lot of the characters in this game were made up for this game. Also, this power-up that shows up exactly once.
Shadow clone, no whatever the fuck you say in Naruto.
Also the thing about, like, the thing about the, I forgot what I was gonna say. The thing about playing this is that, for some reason, all the Striders, except for these Strider 2, have a weird thing of, oh god, also this section. Have a thing about, you know, they think maybe they weren't fully complete? Like, the NES one is notorious for that? I mean, whoop, what the hell happened? Okay. Because yeah, like, the NES game is practically practically an alpha. Like, it is...
It's pretty awful.
It is garbage.
Like, there are things I like about it, but it feels like an alpha.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Lolo, I was there for that. It was miserable.
I know you have watched me play that game to its entirety. But
It sucked.
it is kind of fascinating to just that game with how bad it feels. Like, the lack of quality control on that port is astounding.
Just dig the Rob Liefeld-ass guns on these soldiers. They're massive.
Yeah.
Oh man, does this level play like the letter V 6 times?
If that was bad, also this boss right here
That was bad.
is bad. This boss is
Seems
bad.
miserable.
Because it's a boss that has my favorite thing, which is force damage.
Yeah, the anti-gravity machine.
Because what'll happen is you get into its orbit, and then eventually it will just throw you to the ground. And there's no way you can avoid it. So you just have to get close enough. And if you're
Except
not
you
close
can't
enough,
seem to get close enough.
yeah.
Yeah, if you don't have the sword power up, this guy's a nightmare.
Also, it's very annoying sounding.
Yeah.
Oh, right, that's not the end of the level.
Oh my god, the sound in this game is special.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I forgot about that pirate.
You dare fight me?
Also, we're in the Amazon now?
This stage sucks.
Yeah,
There's an extremely precise jump right...
here. No,
Yep.
it's not even. No, okay, so it's not even a jump right here. This one is you have to run or else you will die.
It does have the funny detail of if you fall in the drink, you are immediately swarmed by giant piranha.
Giant piranhas, except they don't actually kill you.
Every time you reverse that lady's death, I die a little inside.
By the way, also one funny thing about these Amazons right here, there is a on the cutting room floor for this game. I don't know if the sprite is in the code, but there are revisions of this game that if you look at the sprite data for this game, there are renditions, and I'm guessing this is how the sprite was originally going to look. But if we hold on, I have to kind of get up next to one. Put this off. Next. Oh, okay. Next. No, I can't. Okay, so you see how they have that leaf thing right there?
Ah, topless.
Yeah, that leaf is not there in some... Whoa! Yeah. There is someone made a cheat name that lets you actually use the old sprite. That sprite.
Oh my
This is the
God.
jump I was talking about. In the Genesis version, that vine isn't there.
Oh, jeez. Also this part. Also another game that has dinosaurs for no reason.
Look at this boy.
Everybody
Oh,
knows
perfect.
that the remaining dinosaurs on Earth
One
live
thing
in
that I
darkest
do kind
Africa.
of like about this game is the fact that he has different sprites for, like, he has different feet position there.
Yeah. Wait, where are you supposed to be anyway?
The Amazon? Oh, by the way.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, and then that happens.
Holy hell!
Also, this boss fight royally sucks.
Dinobot has come to fuck shit up.
So. Oh, there we go.
El poder total está en sus manos.
I love the voices overlapping.
Yeah, they kind of just switched to the voice clips too fast.
Also, by the way, this is the last stage.
There's a definite feel of hurrying in this game. Like, there was barely a transition when the robot Tyrannosaurus attacked. It just... the Brontosaurus, I guess, that you were on just fucking exploded out of nowhere.
Just
and then,
turn to fucking meat and bone.
And then when you defeat that boss, it doesn't even finish exploding before the stage ends. This game is exhausting. It's just go, go, go all the time.
Go, 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 but also feeling kind of unfinished at the same time.
Yeah. Make it go fast so they won't notice. Don't get me wrong, this game has a special place in my heart because it's so weird, but...
Yeah, there's something about this game that it should be really cool, except for the fact that it's kind of not at the same time.
It just feels sloppy. Fall up into space. Yeah, on the moon base, you can fall up outward into the black abyss of outer space.
Nope.
Well, see ya.
Okay. Oh.
Can't believe you can fall up, that's just stupid.
It should also be noted that this game has La Mulana style jumping, in that if you do not jump off the edge of a platform and just walk off, you plummet straight down like a rock.
Oh, okay.
So this section is kind of not great.
How does fall control work in this, like jumping controls?
It doesn't.
Not great. I think I have to kill him. I think I have to die.
You had to die.
That's... Okay, so I'm right here. Ugh.
Yeah, basically you either jump straight up or you jump forward in a flip. I love that grumbling noise he makes when he gets hit.
God, platforming here just looks like a mess.
There's a reason for that, because it is a mess. Oh, also...
Oh,
It's your
no.
boy.
No.
Yes. Kicked in the head by...
See, here's the problem, is the fact that...
What are those things around it supposed to be? They look like giant molecules.
Yeah.
Those molecules mean science.
Yeah, I think this is the one part in the game where I had, like, kinda have to lose a life there, or else be perfect.
I love how when you're in zero gravity, you're just the slashing of your sword is just a vague suggestion.
Yeah.
Every morning, I wake up and open palm slam a ninja into the wall. It's Strider Hiryu, and right then and there I start spinning him around. I do every move, and I do every move hard, making whooshing sounds while I slam him into the wall. God, that thing is annoying.
Oh god, this room.
Give me the old bazooper.
Please, could this game stop making noises? I don't ask for much, I just ask for this.
Hey, there's Solo. Bye, Solo.
Just immediately get your face fucked up on that jump. What are these? What is everything? Also, yeah, I love that you don't actually walk if you keep hitting.
By the way, it's a boss rush.
Wait, that dinosaur was a boss?
Yeah, I don't even know where from.
I think it was supposed to be a mini-boss in the Amazon stage, but it got cut.
Well, here's the thing. There's also things you can just skip because there's a boss in the first, or a sub-boss in the first stage that I just did not fight, and I forgot how you actually even fight it.
Yeah, you didn't fight the Metal Gear, or excuse me, the Metal Slug guy with the machine gun.
Okay, but I love this stabby bot.
It makes no sense, I really like it.
Just all it does is stab at this very specific angle.
Also, it's great having to do this with no power-ups.
Hit the butt.
Yeah, because it's not like when you first fight this thing, there is a power-up that is behind it.
Wow, this machine is the fucking pinnacle of weapons technology, not able to hit behind itself.
Yep. Just to shuffle backwards awkwardly.
Character flaw. Also,
Fuck you! Why would you
Yes.
fucking reference that?
The communist centipede returns.
the Ouroboros. Thank you. Even with the hammer and sickle. Oh, by the way, I see you're totally doing shit here.
What?
All sons of old gods die.
Yeah, did he stutter?
So wait, is the new race that he's gonna fill up the world with the Soviet centipede?
I don't know.
Yes.
God, fighting this game has some of those controls that you're more fighting with the game than anything else. Also, I can do this now. Okay.
Time for old Grandmaster What's-His-Face.
Master Mayo, I believe.
Yeah.
So... Oh.
He just summons
What?
piranhas out of thin air.
It's like the shittiest wizard.
Yeah, the pterodactyl ray.
Just all this man can do is
Oh, this
summon
face.
shitty animal familiars.
Yeah, that was it.
And now this whale.
So the thing is that if you download a rip of the soundtrack of this game, there are definitely songs there that definitely should be playing right here, but they don't.
Really, Tyrion, a wizard feels out of place in this incomprehensible bullshit mess where you go to the Amazon and fight topless women and also a robot dragon that explodes dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Wow, that sucked.
Oh, we are.
Man.
We are. Man. Hard duck.
Man, hook, hand, or whatever.
So yes, that was Strider.
Huh. I was thinking it might have been like a tech demo because there's so much in there they want to show off.
I guess, but
It just seemed more incomplete to me.
Yeah.
especially funny considering the NES game.
It is one of the earliest games to run on that setup, on the CP machine.
It was neat. It was a game that's neat, but also because it's unfinished and just incredibly janky.
Its reach definitely exceeded its grasp.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I would agree with. There's just too much crap.
Yeah, it's a game that could have been cool, but just tried too much basically and screwed itself.
Yeah.
There's so much in it that's unique to that game, and after playing that game, we see why.
I mean, the game itself felt really weird and disjointed.
I'm kind of thinking that I would probably. The weird thing that I'm actually in between. I'm in between Jersey Devil and Werewolf.
Well, I can definitely see playing this over Werewolf.
Yeah.
And Jersey Devil, I guess, wasn't that bad.
It's not that bad. It is definitely not great, but it is.
Oh, Jersey Devil's terrible, but it's coherent.
Whereas that is not coherent at all.
Yeah, Strider really makes that sin of just stuff that is just unfair.
Unfair and just complete nonsense. Like, I couldn't figure out what was going on half the time. It's just shit kind of happened.
Just throwing things to the wall.
Basically. Like, your dinosaur suddenly dying and whoops, there's a boss.
Yep. So in between these two.
Yeah, it sounds fun to me.
Oh, 1989.
Yeah, like I said, one of the first CP games. Later, they would make cool stuff like Final Fight. And has anyone heard of Street Fighter 2?
Actually, Final Fight I think came out that same year, because I think that was because Final Fight was supposed to be Street Fighter 88.
Yeah, it's a little. I just checked on Wikipedia. It's a little later. But yeah, it's like within 12 months.
Own. I don't know if I'd quite go as anime as say Dragon Ball.
It's still pretty anime.
It's pretty anime, but not in that sense.
Do we have question mark?
We have confusing. Actually, yeah, we have confusing.
Because, I mean, I played the hell out of that game and it still confuses me.
I think confusing actually works pretty well because that game does not make any sense.
None whatsoever.
Sound. The sound balance in that game sucks.
Yeah.
It was pretty awful.
Like even the soundtrack itself isn't that great.
The soundtrack was not interesting.
But yeah, that sound design is terrible.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Terrible. Once again, some shit will fucking blast your ears out. And it was awful, actually. Like the
Also-
laser rooms.
So the fact that the soundtrack changes every 10 seconds.
That too. But like, what soundtrack is there is... I never even noticed it, if I'm gonna be honest.
Style. Like it's trying to go
It's
for
a
something,
pretty
but
good looking game, but the style itself is a mess.
yeah.
Like, the sprite work and the backgrounds look neat and everything, but also there's nothing coherent about it.
Yeah.
Which is part of what lends to the incredibly, like, disjointed feeling of everything.
Kind of think D is probably a good spot for this.
Yeah. It's a shame, because once again, like the sprite work and the backgrounds look nice. It's just yeah.
Feel. This game feels really weird.
D maximum. This game is
I
bear
it's
to
not
handle.
because D we usually leave for simplistic. E, this is E. This game
Yeah.
doesn't feel good to play.
it does not even close.
History C. Because this did, I believe they've put this out on collections.
Yeah, I mean the franchise itself has persisted somehow.
Yeah, they did a
That reboot.
successor to it in 2014.
Yeah,
Sort
That's
of
actually
a-
pretty alright.
and the weird
Yeah,
one
it's
about
pretty
that one is that one's more based on the NES game.
Which
We'll get to the NES game because that one's really interesting. Age,
it is
Four.
definitely aged.
approach. This game is hard.
Yeah. Whew.
So yeah, that's Strider. Actually weird considering how that game has like it's kind of it's like one of those cult classic things, except it's weird considering that almost all the games that Strider appears in aren't great except for maybe 2 of them.
The 2014 one's pretty alright.
2014 one's good, and Strider 2 is actually pretty decent. The NES game is also
The NES game's a fucking.
there's a bunch of games made by
trash
US
fire.
Gold that there's a bunch of Strider games that are made by US Gold, which says all that you need to know about those games. So yeah, that's Strider. So the
What a
next
game.
game we're gonna take a look at is quite a departure for games that we have kind of taken a look at. Also, it's great because I'm going to have to load it up real quick, and I will. Let's see, where's. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of prep for this real quick. So yeah.
Gotta prime the ROM hack.
Not quite. That good?
Ah,
Too loud?
it could be turned down a bit.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do this in Mixer. That good?
I didn't notice any difference.
Okay, how about there?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
better.
Okay, so this game, I'm gonna let this attract mode play because it tells you exactly what you need to know about this game. Because if we're taking a look at games involving dragons, I think this technically is an anime, but I think we got to take a look at it.
I hate having different instruments and different ears, and it's driving me insane.
Okay, let me. Hold on, I forgot that.
Please save me from this hell.
You're not a fan of discrete stereo?
Not huge on it when it's like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's try
it's
this.
pretty rare.
Let's try this one more time.
Like, it can be done right, but it doesn't feel good with this. Oh, fuck!
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Son of a bitch.
there was one of these in an arcade, and one of the speakers was blown out. So that's how I found out I had discrete stereo.
The cabinet for this game was bizarre.
It
You
is.
sort of had to stick your head into it.
Yeah, kinda. Because the way that this works is pretty fascinating, because so just to give a little history lesson behind this game. So what you're seeing right now is the actual gameplay. Because this game basically, so this is a 1983 game. It is a game that it's the first game to use a Laserdisc player. And there is a kind of entire subgenre of arcade games that is basically this kind of game. So the way it kind of works is that if you're not familiar with a Laserdisc, basically it is, think of it kind of like a CD, which you know what, I'll do Draw Dirt while I explain this. So,
What we're gonna do has 2 characters in it.
so basically the way it worked is that Laserdisc,
Dragons.
compared to say something like a VHS,
Dirk is a little
you can not only could you advance frame by frame, you could actually have it seek to a very specific frame. So the kind of the brainchild behind this is a guy by the name of Rick Dyer, and basically he had the idea of like, what if we programmatically have it so that the game will jump to frame by frame, kind of like a make your own adventure kind of thing, where it would be, okay, you hit the button here, jump to frame, whatever frame. And they use that entirely to basically denote this game. And the thing with how they got the video is, so 1983, when a movie that just recently came out was Secret of Nim. Came out in 1982. And I don't remember how exactly they got into it, but yeah, Secret of Nim was a movie that was drawn by, he was a Disney...
Don Bluth.
Yeah, Disney,
His name is right there.
Don Bluth, yeah. And basically, God... Yeah, I mean, it's Don Bluth.
Oh, you're killing me here, but may I assist?
Go for it.
Okay, so Don Bluth was convinced that there was a young adult market for animation, but the problem is Secret of Nim didn't do very well, and he was going to have to bankrupt the studio. So enter Rick Dyer, who has this brilliant dream here of what if we made a Laserdisc game. So it's the perfect synergy where Rick Dyer writes a script of a bunch of QuickTime events that you have to pass, and the game prompts you to move the joystick or hit the sword button. And if you fail, then it jumps to a different part of the Laserdisc that plays the kill animation. And this is back in 1983, where pixels are as big as hams. So the idea of a standalone arcade unit with animated graphics at this level of sophistication was just mind-blowing. It was the perfect storm.
This game also has a companion title, which has essentially the exact same gameplay, and indeed the protagonist looks somewhat similar, called Space Ace. I'm really only bringing it up because it's another Don Bluth thing. The villain of Space Ace is called Commander Borf.
Yep.
And is voiced, in fact, by Don Bluth.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because also the voice acting in this game is kind of great because it is all people who worked on the animation for this game.
The Lizard King is my favorite.
Oh, is that who voiced the Lizard King?
No, I mean, when you talk about the voice acting, the Lizard King's voice is my favorite.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But Lolo, when are we doing Time Gal?
Not now. Okay.
Help.
Enough of that. So let's go ahead and actually play the game. So this is a no, we're gonna start a new game. So this is a version that you can find on PC. Also, there is a you can actually find this thing on damn near anything. Like, it's Doom port level of, you can find this on pretty much anything. You can find, in fact, one of the best ways to play this game is on a Blu-ray player. It's actually the first time that I actually beat Dragon's Lair was with a DVD player. But yes.
Oh, was it like a fucking choose your own adventure book where you just turn to the page that was right?
You hit the remote, because all you need is up, down, left, right, and a center button.
Just, oh no, I fucked up, gonna turn back real quick.
Well, no, you can't, it doesn't let you fast forward it or anything. But, yeah, this is the PC version, you can find it on Steam. Also, there is a version that has both Space Ace and the sequel Time Warp. And you can find it on a lot of different things. So we're going to keep the beeps on because it's a Laserdisc game. The move guide also, definitely want that on. I'm turning the arcade cabinet off because, no. We're going to leave it on easy. So there's actually a funny thing that I saw. A lot of people complaining that their game had a glitch. So the weird thing that happens with the arcade mode of this, or how you actually play in an arcade, if you fail a scene, it would just go to a different scene altogether. You wouldn't play the same scene over and over again. It would just keep on warping until you did them all. And then you would do the final scene. So a lot of renditions have it so that you will basically go until you finish the scene, which is how we're going to play it here.
Oh yeah, there were dip switches in the arcade. Some of them would make you replay it, others would advance you.
Oh, okay.
And there's also dip switches you could determine how many scenes you're going to get. I guess that's where they have easy and hard in here.
I think that's just reaction time.
Dragon's Lair, the original randomizer.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so we hit the sword button.
That fucking jingle.
Yeah, that's great. I've seen so many of these awful games of this style. I don't think I've ever actually properly seen this one.
Yeah, see, the flashes are supposed to indicate stuff, but with that drink me potion flashed, if you had actually moved towards it, it would have killed you.
Yeah.
So this game is just filled with bad game design decisions.
Well, I think it's supposed to be
this game's
like
a dick.
I mean, I think it's supposed to be you're going into a castle. Do you really want to drink the thing? Okay, this section just straight up sucks.
This is one of the more fair
screaming.
ones.
The screaming's really good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the screaming is great.
As you can see, like, this animation was, like, serious theatrical quality animation.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I remember hearing someone talk about playing this game during the time, and the reason they didn't play this a whole lot was because this game would cost 75 cents a go.
Oh my god, there were several pricing options. My local arcade had it set up for 4 quarters for 5 lives in 1983.
Oh. The deaths in this game are really good.
In that way that only Don Bluth can really provide.
Yeah, because in interviews about this in Space Ace, he said, like, if you were an animator, there was just, like, G-rated. That was the only thing they were doing. And so he looked at this video game as, this is an excuse to animate, like, you know, an adult protagonist doing violent things and dying horribly. Because people make jokes about how, like, Don Bluth's movies are super dark.
They are pretty grim.
A lot of them are, because like Secret of Nim, most definitely.
Yep.
God, Secret of Nim is such a good movie. Okay.
It is.
Also, you can hear go pop 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 doop doop top. Oh.
The enemy designs are really good too.
Oh. Somehow I actually. Oh, what the hell? Okay. Hold on one sec. Oh, I know what's going on.
No, those sound effects are perfect. That's
No,
the sound
okay, I
of the
forgot to close that. I forgot to close RetroArch. So Strider was going on in the background. Whoop.
Pissed at you.
Yeah, see, the arcade version makes it faster too because the death animation when you turn into bones, and they come back to life animation. Yeah, this one would always play. It was really slow.
Okay. Oh, what the hell?
One day you'll hit it in time.
Well, the problem is that it's not reading my inputs now.
Ah, yes, Dragon's Lair. Not reading your inputs.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna have to switch the keyboard.
Also, Secret of Nim is fucking great, but the most important Don Bluth film is Forever. Forever, All Dogs Go to Heaven.
True. Uh-oh, it's a Hoger.
Oh, nope.
Also, I distinctly remember seeing Rockadoodle as a kid and fucking hating it.
Yeah, the movie's not great. Oh, nope.
Same.
It's very not great.
Just
I mean,
that grim way he dies is
I mean,
amazing.
yes, everyone should watch Watership Down, but yeah.
Just not on
That
Easter.
movie is actually really good.
I like that very sudden shift of the ground.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, there's another thing again where he didn't fall for the chain trap.
Also, in the original version, yeah, there is no indicator of what to move except for the thing.
Except for the occasional flashes. Like here, you would have to guess.
Yeah, you have to guess, but it is kind of telling with the patterns at least.
And many of the levels are on the disc twice, so they're in mirror images.
Because yeah, it's a mirror image. There is one in particular. Like I think the Rapids one. Oh nope.
Oh boy.
think the Rapids one we have to do twice.
Yeah, the Rapid one's the Black Knight one you just did.
This one, because I think we're gonna do it right this time.
Yeah, this one you can you either get 3 or 9 tries depending on the difficulty.
Gonna reuse it. That is a weird sound effect.
Yep, you have to hit it again when you land. Cause screw you.
Well, they gave me the guy. That's the
Because-
thing, though.
Fuck you and fuck your money.
Okay, there we go. See this scene? I think they do twice.
Oh yeah, this is infamous.
Yeah, this is a mirrored one of one I usually do. Okay.
I love the way Dirk just hoots and hollers.
Yeah,
I love the fireball that comes in after. It's like, screw you, Kirk.
But
just... This is a man very clearly in over his head.
Yeah, but I love how he doesn't care.
also, so yeah, the thing with the voice acting that I was going to mention earlier, all the voice actors are people who worked in the animation. I forgot what, this guy. I think this guy did a voice in something. Like if you go on the IMDb page for this, it has some interesting stuff.
I love the idea of his scream actor.
Man, I almost wish you got killed by the Crypt Keepers, Crypt guys, because they have some of the best death scenes.
Also, my other favorite thing of people playing on forums about why this version of the game is like, why is it just one giant QuickTime event?
Dirk the Daring is voiced by Dan Molina.
Who is he an animator he's like the lead animator for All Dogs Don't Go to Heaven, isn't he? Or like one of them.
Possibly. For this one, he was the sound editor.
Okay, best part of the game right here. Okay, now you guys are playing the easy mode where it's swords. In the original, you were supposed to like do left, right, up, down,
Oh.
and then sword. It was ridiculous. Somebody was memorizing a lot of patterns.
God, Laserdisc games are such a fascinating thing. Oh, nope.
They're such a fascinating thing, and
I mean, it's
can't
also,
really exist anymore.
also the great thing, well, sometimes they kind of do.
Sometimes, but not
Well,
in this
also it's
capacity.
great. Also, sometimes it's great because when they use footage from like actual movies.
Yeah, the full motion video craze. Because Rick, after this, Rick Dyer, he helped with Dragon's Lair 2 and Space Ace.
Well,
But then he
also,
went.
He was one of the main people behind the Halcyon, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention. The Halcyon was totally his baby. He
that-
was convinced the future was going to be an FMV type machine. And but yeah, man, because everyone was convinced that FMV was going to be the future, and it was not. Because there's the Philips CDI, there's a 3DO that Electronic Arts backed, and the Halcyon, which never went anywhere.
Yeah. Also, the great thing about the Halcyon is that at launch it was going to cost $2,000.
Yeah, a bit much, huh?
Fucking hell.
By the way, 2000 in 1982.
Yeah.
Or 1983 or whenever it was. Like early 80s, $2,000.
It'll sell like hotcakes.
And it launched with not Thayer's Quest. What is that game?
Yeah, Thayer's Quest.
Oh, a really terrible game.
Like that was supposed to be, it was like the most innovative game at the time. Because it was like supposed to be like a thing that had like Quest and like, but it was like a Laserdisc game. Like it was supposed to be an RPG, but like Laserdisc game, which you can actually. But there are versions of that available, also available on things like DVD players.
Yep. It's there's a lot of people doing playthroughs of it, but it's more like you can blame almost all the bad game design in this on Rick Dyer, like the obtuse movements. Like
God, yeah,
you know,
yeah, Frank, I remember you streaming both that game and the sequel.
yep.
Because that was
The
also
Halcyon-
that was like one of those like Shenmue style things where it's the creator thought it was like, oh, it's gonna be a game that's like 10 different parts.
Ugh. Yeah, so since you asked, a Halcyon would cost $5,223.60 in 2018 dollars. So which would you rather have? Would you rather have a Halcyon or a decent used car?
Well, my car can't run Larry's Quest. Actually,
You're clearly not trying hard
I take
enough.
that back. With Android Audio, you probably actually could get it to run Dragon Slayer. Whoops.
I appreciate this man got paid solely to scream.
No, he says a couple other things, like the.
Like, uh-oh.
Well, his grunting of is I love it. Like if modern video games really need the more
Okay.
like his screaming, and they need more grunting of.
But have you played Metal Gear
There is
Solid?
a Laserdisc
Just
game
the
that
mostly-
I was watching a full play of a little while ago. That's great because it's a game called Ashes Are in Milla, which is a really weird anime kind of game that's just like this. It's great because I don't know if it's from an anime or if they like licensed it specifically for this. But it's great because you can hear the entire guy at the time. The guy's going, "Oh yeah, like he's doing commentary, like just like almost beatboxing like the entire time. He's like doing that kind of stuff, and it's great."
Hey, can you do me a favor? When you get to the creeps, the guys floating with the coffins, let them kill you.
Here.
Yeah, these guys. I just think that's hilarious. They just shove you in a coffin and seal the lid.
You just die!
Yeah, but they pick him up, and he's got that weird expression, and then they're laughing, and they just seal him in. And it's just like... It's just so hilarious to me.
Okay, there can't be that much. Oh, whoa, jeez.
Oh, dude!
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that's a
God.
time one. That you have to go through at the right time. You haven't done the eyeball room yet? That's
slam dunked.
I love how disappointed in you he looks.
You haven't done the eyeball room yet? You haven't done the throne room yet? And I think there might be another Black Knight. Oh, Smithy's back. Why does he even do that?
Because
Because
it's
he can.
cool.
Nope.
What are these noises?
They're the sound of a man having fun.
Oh no, I didn't see the down arrow.
They are not noises people should make.
Yeah, I'm just fascinated this was a hit game because you actually get arrows to do this.
Okay, so this one just reversed. Up, and it's right. Up.
Save me.
Yeah, so basically this is my Tower of Duraga.
Yeah, except I'd rather play this a million times over compared to Tower of Duraga.
Yes, 100%. Like, Tower of Duraga is a game I find fascinating, but fuck ever playing it to completion.
Oh, here we go.
Just suddenly.
The evil dragon Singe.
Yep.
Oh, too late. Somehow I knew you were gonna blow that.
No.
I really dig
time it.
the crown.
They do not give you good timing on that at all. But the last
Keep
level.
on just slamming them quarters in.
Well, there's no continue mode in this game in the original arcade. Here it comes.
So also the thing, yes, Princess Daphne.
Please save me. The cage is locked with a key. The dragon keeps it around his neck. To slay the dragon.
Also, I want to say that this is the voice actor for Daphne is one of the key character designers for The Lion King.
Okay. Sure.
And a bunch of like actual like Aladdin, The Lion King, a bunch of like key Disney stuff she worked on.
Like you do.
Let's see, Ellen Gerstel.
Oh, oh, oh.
Wait, what?
I guess it was a miscue.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I have to jam on it because it seems like it's missing inputs.
Do we have to listen to her talk again?
Yes.
Yep. Unskippable.
Could we not? Could we just not?
Please save me. The cage is locked with a key. The dragon keeps it around his neck. To slay the dragon, use the magic sword.
It's so bad.
Did we mention that Don Bluth wanted to animate more adult things?
I want to say that they have gone on record, or at least Don Bluth has gone on record, that they used Playboy models to use as reference.
Really? I never would have guessed.
Yeah, wow, huh? Weird that.
God, I love how doofy Singe looks.
Oh,
Yeah, his character design is fantastic.
I died on the last one.
Yeah, congrats, dude.
Yep.
Finally. Time to get laid.
Just boned down right on the top of his corpse.
You know what? I'm pretty sure it's warm.
I love in the sequel where he's got like 12 kids.
Yeah. Hello.
Yay!
I'm the top player of Dragon Slayer, apparently. So yeah.
You did it.
You know what? I ain't gonna fight you for that one.
Yep. So yeah, that's Dragon Slayer.
Thank you, Digital Leisure.
Yeah, Digital Laser is the company that's bringing these out on damn near everything. Yeah, I think that belongs in the EXP list.
It sure was.
Yep. So,
Um,
number 1 or number 2?
I would.
I would probably play that over the Shiva. Over Clock Tower, I don't know.
Why isn't the same category as the Shiva?
Because the experience list.
Experience? It's a action QuickTime game.
It's meant to more be a thing because I'm just including them in here because
These games are narrative driven, feature simple gameplay such as some puzzle solving and quick time events.
Oh, okay.
I was not there for the Shiva, so I cannot comment.
were you there for Princess Tomato? Well, yeah, you definitely were there for Princess Tomato.
Yeah.
I would rather play this over Princess Tomato.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this.
I'm stuck on. I would almost I'm stuck on Clock Tower.
I'd probably play Clock Tower over that.
Yeah, I'm not huge on Clock Tower. I have issues with it, but yeah, this is I would definitely put this under Clock Tower.
Also, I kind of realized that Dragon's Lair is actually a really good name for that kind of thing. If you think of like something like, Dragon Slayer.
Oh yeah, no, it was a perfect storm. I also have a fondness for it because since it's early 80s fantasy, it's before, quote, all the rules, unquote, were established. So it owes a lot more to like Sword in the Stone and just goofy stuff like Lizard King and Black Knights before all the other stuff creeps in.
Also, I believe Cinematroics was the company that published it in the arcades, I believe.
I think you are correct, yeah.
Cinematronics.
The Laserdisc machines were notoriously cranky, and people kept breaking the joysticks because they're so unresponsive, and you have to jerk it repeatedly. They're just a mess.
Also, I have a subgenre specifically for that.
A subgenre for jerking repeatedly.
For jerking it repeatedly.
I mean, I probably do, but
Send help.
Tone. That's kind of whimsical
It's kind of cartoony.
or silly.
It not kinda. It is whimsical. It is cartoony.
Yeah, the game is a big doofy romp.
Will we see?
I mean, you are supposed to look at the great way he gets killed.
So,
Yeah, but all of them are like super goofy. Like the deaths are goofy.
will we see
Yes.
more happy or more silly?
I'd say happy. The issue I would say is some of it is a little dark.
Sound. I like the grunts and the screaming. Also, I wish Daphne would never talk ever again. But
I always like the triumphant fanfare when you're done with a level, but it's not great. I would say
like how should I put it? It's not that I think the voice is bad. I just think there's this weird disparity between the voice and everything she does that fucking rubs me the wrongest way possible.
It is,
but also noteworthy, the game is in stereo, which was unusual in '83.
Yes. Technically, the first game to involve arcade game to have stereo, I believe, is Gyrus.
Hey, I would say sound is like hussy. Style, yes.
This game,
Very yes.
This game looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of has to. Its entire shtick is that it's an animated movie that you play.
Yeah. No, it looks fucking gorgeous. Like I could.
But even then, this game, it's Don Bluth animation. You
Yeah,
don't get
no,
more
it's-
stylish than that.
It's fucking gorgeous. I could get nitpicky here and there, but overall, like it's absolutely
Yeah.
stellar.
It is,
And like I said,
at least.
it looks unique. Like you wouldn't confuse a still from this from anything else.
Yeah, I don't know if I would call this S.
No, I wouldn't call it S.
I
No.
would definitely say A then. Feel.
Crap.
It does what it needs to do.
Okay. You were also playing the baby version.
Yeah,
on the
I
movie version.
I wouldn't rate it above C. And possibly like the one problem is you are looking at the prompts. They're on the screen telling you exactly, and you know what you need to do, and you still can't do it.
Yeah, like it will still lie to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would put it at like D
That's
at
fine.
most.
Dragon's Lair is like the bad guy in a teen movie. It looks great. It's very stylish. It's just a fucker.
And I would definitely argue history. It's got to be an S. This launched the entire FMV craze.
I think so too. This is the first quick time. Age. I would say for the most part, it's aged really well. Like,
I mean, it's a series of QuickTime events. Like, it's hard for it to really age at all.
But going with film quality. I mean, the one with film quality animation, and that has aged well. As like Time Gal has not aged nearly as well.
Probably just say B.
Yeah. I know I have feelings about the way it plays, but that's more appropriate for this as well.
Approach. I wouldn't say it's too terribly hard.
It's an absolute fucker. Once again, you were playing baby mode. Do not forget this.
To be fair, I have played this in the arcade as well. That easy mode technically is not that much different.
I don't know. I think.
Yeah, but there's also in the arcade. There's no continues. In the arcade, if you lose your 3 lives, you start over from the beginning.
That is true.
So, I would definitely rate this.
I'd say D then.
As much as I love Dragon's Lair, they had issues.
Yeah.
Space Ace and Dragon's Lair would attempt to remedy these. Like Space Ace has a lot more flashing, and Dragon's Lair Time Warp. Every event is telegraphed, and there are multiple ways through it. So, but by then it's kind of like too little, too late.
Yeah. So that was Dragon's Lair.
Yay!
Which I guess brings us to the last game we're gonna take a look at. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Well, you should have ended on Dragon's Lair because it's the best game.
Yeah!
No!
Yes!
No!
Listen to that fanfare.
Fuck this.
Dragon Quest.
Could you turn down the game a little bit? Yeah.
Is this game a big deal?
Kinda. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I am using a hack of this, because there is a hack that came out recently that, so obviously with 5th being Dragon Quest, like one of the biggest RPG franchises, they've brought it onto modern platforms, and this translation this hack tries to put those translations into this. So I'm gonna create a new log. And yes, so in this game, so due to a copyright kind of thing, thank you for the raid. When this came over here, there was something already called Dragon Quest. I forgot exactly what it was, but they couldn't use the name Dragon Quest, so they brought it over as Dragon Warrior, and that was the name they used, I think, all the way up to 6. Also, so the thing with the original translation, yeah, I think it was a board game. So the thing with the translation is, it had a very Dragon's Warrior text. It had very much a thee, thy, thou kind of thing. I thought that this would actually be toned down in later ones, but not so. So yes, we are a descendant of Erdrick. In the Japanese version, he is named Baroto, but for some reason they call him Erdrick over here. I don't know why.
Because Erdrick is a better name.
Yes. So yeah,
Sure.
basically we need to get the Sphere of Light and kill the Dragon Lord.
Just gotta go over there and kick over his house.
So the main person behind this game is a guy named Yuji Horii. He basically was inspired by 2 games, that being Wizardry, or one being Wizardry, one being... Oh right, they did make it so that Erdrick was a title instead of that, yeah. So yes, Yuji Horii inspired by both Wizardry and Ultima. So he combined the 2 and created this.
The game that launched a shitload of money.
Yeah. I mean,
Like-
It did a lot of things.
Japan shuts down when a new Dragon Quest comes out. It is bonkers.
also, you have to do the stairs command to go down the stairs.
I'll be real, I have no clue why.
So, I've also done something else to this. Using a utility, I have made it so that all enemies drop 5 times experience and 5 times gold.
Ah, so you've made the game playable by 2018 standards.
Yes.
Like, let's be real, I love this game to pieces, but, holy smokes, it is kind of a chore.
Kind of is an understatement.
Okay, so
I
we have
have
120, so let's just go with the club. And oh, also one other weird thing is the fact that when you get equipment, you just equip it. Like, you don't hold equipment, you just put it on there,
Right, they're basically stat boosts.
pretty much. Well, they're not even items.
Yeah, it's just you get a sword, your attack power goes up.
So yes, we go on the overworld, eventually. Eventually.
Now, were there
Okay,
games? Were there other games before this where you just wander around and suddenly get ambushed like this?
I believe this is one of the first. Ultima might have had that.
I hate this.
No, Ultima they spawned on the large map and you can see them coming.
Oh, okay. So yes. Normally they would give me 1 XP. I made it so it gave me 5.
Just ironically, it is me who is using the Dragon Quest slime, and I fucking hate Dragon Quest.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I like the design.
Yeah,
like slimes.
that is one thing about this game. Oh, also I did, so they just called them red slime in the original. I did not realize these were all supposed to be she slimes. Also, it's nice to have leveling up that doesn't hurt you.
Right, because the monsters are keyed by area and not auto-level to you.
Yes.
Which is how it used to work in old school RPGs.
So I linked a thing or a walkthrough in the Mike Wilder Hut. Can someone guide me through this? Because I am actually not. I'm going to admit I've never actually played through this game.
Technically, the next town you want to go to is Breckenary, which is to your northeast. Or, excuse me, west.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah,
this
Chachi actually
is
knows this
Breckenary. The next town is, damn it, I can't remember the name, but it's up near the coast to the northwest.
Uh-huh. Oh, also
Yeah.
a fun thing about the original Japanese release of this game. There is no saving.
You want to
was a-
mention the stat growth thing?
Oh yeah. Apparently, your name denotes your stat growth, which is a thing, I guess.
Yeah, it reminds me of Phantasy Star Online.
The formula for determining how your name affects your starting stats and your stat growth is some of the most ridiculous arcane bullshit I have heard of in a game. It goes something along the lines of each character in the menu you can pick for your name has a numerical value. I think it goes from 1 to 10, possibly, and as you go through the character list, it loops back around. And so how you work it is you have your assigned numerical values. So let's say L has a value of 4 and O has a value of 6. No, excuse me. It would be 7 because they're sequential. So M and N would be 5 and 6. So you add LO together, so you get 14 plus 8. That's excuse me, that's 22. And then you divide 22 by 16. The remainder of that divided number is the value you use to check against a matrix. And the closer your remainder is to 1, the better your growths are.
That makes sense.
No, it fucking doesn't!
Well, from a programming standpoint, yeah, you just add all of the values of the characters together, bit shift 4 cases, and then compare it against a simple 16-entry table.
Yeah, it's like kind of a hash table almost kind of thing.
Yeah, from a programming standpoint, that's really easy.
Yeah, from a programming standpoint.
It is also completely
From the standpoint of somebody who's like 5 years old trying to suss this out, good fucking luck.
Oh, it'd be easy. You open your issue of Nintendo Power, look up what the name is, and input that.
Oop. Ghost appears.
God, shit. Look at that hat.
God, the characters, the enemy art in this game is so good.
And none of it's changed.
Yeah,
because it doesn't need to.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying, like, that's the amazing thing, is these designs have persisted.
There's a lot in this game that actually, it's like the sound effects have persisted too. It's great.
Yeah, my first introduction to this was, I think, Dragon Warrior 10 for the PS3. And it's so weird seeing these little cartoony designs, like, huge.
Huh, you're playing Dragon Warrior 10. How did you manage that? Do you have to, like, make a Japanese
Is it 10 or 9? I don't know, it was in the PS3 or whatever. It was one of the, like, later ones, like 8 or 9 or something. I don't pretend to be up on Dragon Warrior numerology or whatever.
Because I know Dragon Quest X was a massively multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Okay, then I've got the wrong number.
Oh, you found Erdrick's tomb.
Yes.
Oh wow, so much more light.
Yeah.
You just gotta use Flash.
Hey, guess who doesn't have
No.
Flash?
Damn it.
The interesting thing about the Flash spell is torches only give you this tiny light radius, but they don't go out until you leave the dungeon.
Oh, wait.
Flash gives you a much larger light radius, but it decays slowly.
Oh, that's an actual thing. I thought we were just making a reference to Pokemon.
Oh. Well, it's not called Flash. I think it's called Glow. Well, yeah, you were saying it was Glow.
I mean, I was just making a Pokemon reference. Fuck all y'all.
Oh, okay then. And I was gonna say, I refuse to waste a slot on a move for that shit. I'll butt my head on the wall for an hour.
I am here to cure bearer of my blood, heir to my destiny.
Erdrick sounds real stupid.
Okay, so, yeah.
Don't mind me, I'm just googling how to cut someone over the internet.
Better men than you have tried, fucker.
God damn it, I hate these things.
No, this is great. I'm loving this.
Also, it's great because they pitch shift the music down whenever you go a level lower. I don't know if it's pitch shift, but they do something to it. Okay, thank God.
At least there's no random encounters.
Some of them will
There
have
are
random
definitely
encounters.
random encounters in dungeons. That one just doesn't have any.
Okay, here we go.
Axe, I would never waste hard drive space on this.
64 kilobytes.
That's too much for me.
Valuable space.
Much better suited to something useful, like porn.
Oh yes, 64 kilobytes of porn.
Let me tell you about the Famicom
One-
system.
64 kilobytes is like one entire female presenting nipple.
Okay, 10 equals 120, 112 kilobytes, but yes. So yeah, also there's a bunch of doors that require keys, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, keys must either be found or there is a single place in the game to buy them, which is far in the southeast.
Oh, it's a prestidigitator.
What?
Why?
So
Why-
the wizard.
Oh jeez,
Why change the name?
The magician.
because that is what they were called in...
Just call it a fucking magician.
Oh, by the way, also when you're about to die.
Yeah, the UI turns red.
I hate this song so much.
Get used to it, fuck.
It sucks. I hope you chose a good name, Lolo.
I hope I did too.
I hope your name doesn't suck. I said, I'm just reminded of Phantasy Star Online.
Let's see. Alright, so capital L is worth 15. Lowercase o is 8. Lowercase l is 5. 6.
I got the worst one, didn't I?
Let's see. So we're working with remainder 2.
Thank you.
You have good strength and agility growth, but poor hit point and magic point growth.
Okay.
In terms of
Okay.
your starting stats, they are poor.
Okay, Chachi, I have a question.
Yes?
What would my usual name rank at?
Alright, let's find Ass Man.
Yes.
Do you use a capital A in Ass Man?
Oh good, they do pay me for the...
This is important!
I'm feeling frisky. Let's do capital A.
Alright, let's see. Capital A is 4. Remainder 1.
Also, now that I did that, where am I supposed to go now?
Give him a sec. He's deep in thought.
I'm calculating. Give me just a moment. I have to figure out Ass Man's vital statistics.
Pondering the complexities of Ass Man.
Your starting stats are nothing to write home about.
Okay.
But you have... Actually, let's see. You have good agility and magic growth, but bad strength and hit point growth.
That sounds terrible, actually.
It's... could be better, but
Ass Man sounds worthless.
Ass Man is just a wizard, is all.
Worthless.
Yeah, you want to cross this bridge, proceed east until you see another bridge and cross that, then you want to head north.
Yep.
Granted, I say that, but literally every D&D character I've ever made was a fucking caster.
There you go.
See? The Matrix doesn't lie. Numbers are the closest thing we get to the handwriting of God. I haven't watched Pacific Rim in a while. I need to do that again.
Oh.
Yeah, head south around this inlet.
God, like, even my least caster character was a caster because she was a bard.
Lolo,
she casted using
have
gun.
Have you learned
Yes, I
your
have.
first attack spell yet?
Yes.
Okay,
Please.
you should be using that at this junction.
Lolo, she cast twice, and one time she cast so hard, I got all of us banned from a confectionery stand.
Oh, right.
Perfect.
Come
You
to
cast
find out,
Lake
charming
Croquette.
people is poor form.
Okay, so then head north?
North. Yep. Ignore the desert.
Fighting those things.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, at this point in the game, you have to think more like a wizard than like a sword and a Conan man. The sizzle spell is your bread and butter.
Like, I don't know, I don't like this game, but I've got nothing but fucking respect for what it's done.
Oh yeah, this game has blazed a hell of a trail.
God, I'm so glad that it put the 5 times everything.
Yeah, no, this would be fucking miserable without it.
Yeah, I should know.
Yeah, you should!
I still like it though. Although I may get this thing later.
Yeah, you might want to do that for future use.
Still not at the next level yet?
Though you forget how much of a fucking grind this game is.
Oh, I know it's... I mean, considering I did that, you know...
I'm just saying you forget if you think after just those few battles, even at 5 times.
Alright, so there is an important thing in town. And how you figure it out, I'm still not quite sure, but basically you have to proceed to the tile directly south of the bath, walk 3 steps south, and search the ground.
He said 3.
Possibly one more.
Oh. Well...
Hang
Is there
on,
a
what?
weapon shop in here?
Should be just to your right there.
Okay. Let's see. Just... Okay, at least
Iron axe. Yes!
better than nothing. Okay, so...
Better than nothing.
That doesn't seem right. The flute is normally supposed to be there. Check your inventory?
Oh!
Yeah, they just put the wrong message for some reason. Now you have the fairy flute.
Okay.
Good job, guys.
Sure. Okay, now what do I do with the fairy flute?
You play it and the river dries up so you can go to the dungeon.
That's seriously
It's a
what I
slightly
do.
different game.
No, but where do I actually do... What do I do with this?
Well, so the flute itself is useful in that if you talk to the people around the town of Kull, they talk about how the fairy's flute is an item that is feared by golems because it can put them to sleep. That becomes useful a little bit later on when you go to a town that is guarded by, you guessed it. Yeah. The next place you're going to want to go is... If you remember the second town you went to, there's a bridge to the south of that. In the swamp beyond that bridge is a cavern you need to explore.
Okay, so go west until I come back to that town?
Yes, and then you head south.
Okay. Oh. Not that staircase? Oh, it's a skeleton.
Oh no!
I love timing-based seeds.
They are certainly a thing.
Do you know what level I need to be to beat the game?
Ooh, that... It sort of depends on your growth, because your name also affects when you get certain spells. Basically, you want to have the best healing spell, which means that depending on your name, you'll be between, I think, level 15 to 17? Maybe 14 to 16? I think a friend of mine who is much smarter at this game than me, he, has been casually trying to learn the speedrun. He usually says, 14 is the magic number, depending on your name.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, the absolute minimum level is pretty low, because, if you tacit, you can manipulate a bunch of stuff, but 14 or 16 is when you get the best healing spell, and basically the way it works is you get all the best gear, and then you wallop the boss until you get within one hit of dying, heal yourself to full, and slog some more.
You just need a whole buttload of MP then?
More or
So
less,
Assman is perfect.
I think it was down here.
It's true. Yes, this is the bridge we're looking for, Lolo.
I can't believe Assman is ideal for speedrun.
Yeah. Assman, the mighty wizard. You did it. I'm so proud of you. You were great at Dragon Warrior all this time.
Low-key amazing.
I can't believe Torpid Typist, aka Ass, is Tsundere for Dragon Warrior.
Please never say that fucking cursed sentence ever again.
Excuse me. You will want to proceed south past this swamp, and then hook east into the mountains.
Okay, so... south past the swamp.
Yep.
Mountains.
Yeah, you should find another swamp, and you'll need to walk through it to get to a cave. I believe.
Okay,
There
but
may
Dracolite-
be no swamp.
I just want to point out, Dracolite is a really good name.
Yes, it is very funny.
God damn it!
Hip deep
Now I
in
just, like-
bastards.
I like the idea of just this kingdom being saved by the great hero aspect.
The Titanic soaring Archmagus Assman.
Exactly.
Oh jeez, I'm getting in...
He'll have statues
Okay.
made of him put throughout the
Okay, I think I
land.
went too south.
Lo and behold, the mighty
Oh,
ass
okay.
man, what slew the villain.
That cave right there?
Yes, that's the one, pardon me. I was too busy thinking about how powerful Ass Man is. So, I hope you have your cross trainers on, because the enemies here are really mean, and you are a little bit under-leveled for the cave.
Well, there's one way I can resolve that. As I say, you got me into a battle every 2 steps, and now when I need to grind...
The desire sensor is active.
You're just giving me slimes just to be an asshole.
Man, I hate that now I'm thinking of fucking charm tables from Monster Hunter. So, for those who don't know, older Monster Hunter titles, the one I know of at least was Tri/3 Ultimate, had these things called charm tables. So whenever you created a character, they would randomly be assigned a charm table. What a charm table was, it was a list of charms you could get for a given character. Some charm tables are ideal for certain playing types, others for others. There were some that were actually downright fucking awful and worthless, and you were essentially fucked out of charms for the rest of your time playing the game, unless you restarted. So these tables were invisible, and there was only one way you could learn you had it. And that was by the use of a third-party software by someone named Athena. And what she did is she made this, and you'd had to get charms from within your game, a certain number, like a handful of them. I think it was like 10 maybe, and you'd enter each one into that software, and it would then look across all the tables and then tell you which one you had. Problem is, you couldn't get charms until late in the game, and the only way to get a new charm table was to make a new character. And that was the hell of charm tables.
Five times EXP.
5 times EXP.
5 times.
5 times.
How much more? It doesn't give me a... No, it doesn't give me a you level up at this.
Yeah, the only way you can tell how much experience you have left is to speak to someone who is royalty, which means you either go back to Tantagel and speak to the king, or you get something later.
Which, by the way, that's the only way to save this game.
Correct. Later games, of course, allow you to save at churches, etc. And in the latest Dragon Warrior game, you can actually save at some additional places, which blew my mind, let me tell you.
Right.
So you can get some better armor if you return to the city to the north. With your 1,000 gold, you should be able to get some half-plate.
Finally.
So what level should he be?
Probably about 9, I would say, but... I mean, he's abusing rewinds and save states, so it's kind of academic.
I do kind of
Also, if you really want to crank up the experience, you can go back to the place where you found the fairy flute, wander down into the desert, where there are metal scorpions
Yeah, I think I...
I love the critical hit noise in this game.
It's really good.
I mean, in terms of design sensibilities, this game is basically the paintings on the walls of the Lascaux cave, but, I just love it so much. Iron Armor should do you.
Yeah, there's nothing, because I have the best axe.
Yeah, the only other weapon that is quote-unquote immediately available to you would be a broadsword, and you have to go into unexplored territory and scrape together about 1,600 dosh for that. But again, 5 times.
5 times.
Carved arm!
Oh! God damn it!
What you done?
No, it fled from me. I wanted to kick the shit out of it.
So that is the thing. When your level increases to an amount that is too high for a monster encounter, they will run from you because they are frightened.
I'm surprised that the slimes are not running away.
She slimes are more aggressive than blue slimes, but they will start running from you too.
Slimes are a brave and powerful people.
It's true.
Okay, items... Where's my torch?
You do not have any torches.
Well, time to hoof it.
Time wizardry.
Wow, what a weird dream.
I dreamed that I forgot my keys.
No, I'm not just... I'm just not rubbing my face against the wall.
One other thing you could buy, if you don't already have it, is a dragon scale. That will give you a little bit of... You already have one?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, that gives you a little extra defense.
So I'm already thinking, do I need... Oh, never mind. Do I really need to show this game fully off?
I don't think so. I think people get the idea.
Yeah, we've seen the gameplay loop at this point.
I think because isn't there a green dragon at the end of this cavern?
The green dragon is at the end of the swamp cave, which is a little bit outside of your grasp as yet.
Okay. Really, well, the thing is, fighting a boss, there really isn't a whole lot of bosses.
Yeah, there are probably 3 encounters in this game that could be reasonably described as bosses. If you count... 3 or 4. It sort of depends. You could say, I love these guys. Druins are. Oh, they changed the name. Fuck it. I hate Lunatic. That sucks.
What were they
But
called?
Lunatic is good.
They used to be called Druins.
Ah.
I mean, Lunatic is a decent pun. My nostalgia is getting attacked.
Yeah, fuck your nostalgia. Lunatic's good.
Yeah. Head north.
Sorry you had to hear it this way.
Ignore these stairs. It's a trap.
Hooray.
Yeah.
Holla holla, get dollar.
My guy's is really good.
Do you want to try to get the best armor in the game?
Will I be playing long enough to get it?
I mean, if you just bail on this cave and suicide dive towards it, we could probably try.
But
This is making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, drolls are weird.
I want this thing dead and erased from existence.
Hey Torpo, look, it's your boy.
I want it undone from the very fabric of existence.
What?
Oh, a Gerdaman!
It's a misspelling of legerdemain, which is
Yeah, this is a play on, ironically, well not ironically, but humorously coincidental, legerdemain and prestidigitation, which is the name that the previous wizard-type enemy had. Both are just singular, fancy ways to say sleight of hand. You know, card tricks, things like that.
Huh.
Yeah, both. You're absolutely right. Both of them mean sleight of hand. So, cutesy game.
I love the 7 spell.
Look,
You
I got
learned the
nothing but
sense.
respect for the fucking pun
hey.
game.
Yeah. Congratulations, now you can see where the fuck you're going. I believe
Barely.
what you want is somewhere in the bottom right of this floor.
Okay, bottom right. So, it's not that staircase over there, is it?
I don't believe it's the stairs. There's a chest with an item called a fighter's ring that we want. Let's see. No, okay, it is another set of stairs. Dungeon. In my defense, the last time I ran this dungeon, I was being cursed as a fool by somebody whose name starts with T and ends with Orpid Typist. So
I don't know why I said Orpid.
Cashman Orpid Typist, what a fucker.
Yeah, I don't know why I said Orpidipist, but yeah, apparently T's also completely gone.
Look, Chachi, you deserve every bit of shit I give you, and you know.
You're not wrong.
Like, I'm sure Max would agree with me, too.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
See?
I can't believe this.
It's fucking betrayal.
Oh, hey.
And here we see what I was talking about, where your light radius begins to decay.
I found a torch. Oh, there's a warrior's ring.
Good. You can equip this. It gives you +2, I believe, to strength and agility. And now you can just get out of this awful place.
Just out of morbid curiosity, I looked up updated art for the droll, and I fucking hate it.
Oh yeah, they're gross.
They are even more grossly looking now than they ever were before.
Yeah, their weird, hideous, goggly eyes, and that frankly unfortunate thing going on under their shell.
Also, their gross agape mouth.
Yeah, their weird, snaggly teeth and those lips.
Oh, what?
Oh dear. To be honest, they have the characters for it. I'm not sure why they didn't just call. But yeah, are you ready for a bat that shoots fire?
Not gonna lie, my will to play this game is draining. It's very, very rapid pace.
Well shoot, it's your show, man.
Yeah, you can quit whenever you want, dude.
Yeah, I think we might have seen a good amount of this because it's basically this
Like, we've
kind
seen
of
the
thing.
general gameplay loop for a fucking while.
Yeah. Nothing really changes, and there really doesn't seem to be that much interesting things in the plot. So yeah, especially since it's the first game and everything that gets referenced in this game, or it's done in another game. At least I remember correctly.
Not just the first game, it is the JRPG.
So yeah, I also...
Everything that was interesting about this, everything that is ever done has been far outstripped by everything that came out after it, because it has expanded upon it.
Yeah, this game is important historically, but as you can see, even when you massively speed up your ability to progress in levels and equipment,
yeah, that's actually a good point.
it's still...
Let me just go ahead and just set that.
Yeah, no, like, it deserves nothing less.
But I do have one question. So that game did not have a save option.
It did.
The Japanese
original
version
release,
did not,
Japanese
yeah.
version did not. They added that
Wow.
for this, which, by the way, as a point of history, since I think it is probably worth noting, it's probably also the reason that I had it. So Nintendo Power was just straight up giving that game away. I think if you got a subscription, you got a copy of that game.
True.
Or at least for a while, that's what they were doing. So I am almost guaranteed that is how we got our copy.
That is how I got my copy.
So looking at this, I'm thinking in between Guardian Legend and Dragon Buster 2. Well, no, actually, in between Dragon Buster 2 and Adventure of Valkyrie. That sound good?
I am extremely heavily biased in favor, so I'm going to abstain.
I mean, that sounds fine to me, honestly.
Yeah, sounds good.
Dragon Buster 2 had its weird things going on with it, but I think it's still more able to play.
Like, man, I dislike this game, but I could never see it below Deadly Towers or Hydlide or...
No, it is not. It is most certainly not going below those.
Yeah, I will engage in internet detectivery and strong
Yeah,
words
this game
for
is
you if
just
you put this thing below
kinda
fucking hide.
bland. Like, it's bland in hindsight, I should say.
Yeah, it is. It's bland. It is the first JRPG.
It is the purest form of the Seinfeld effect I've ever witnessed.
Also, by the way, I like that we played through that all that time. We did not mention Akira Toriyama at least once.
I know, because I was eating.
So yeah, also Akira Toriyama did the art of it, and which is why they kind of look really good.
Yeah, actually, it's because the creatures I will let him get away with, because that is one of the times where he doesn't do the horrible same face he does, and actually all of them are unique and relatively charming.
Oh no, all the people
like the slime.
absolutely have same face.
Yeah, no, you'd swear they were out of fucking Dragon Ball.
Or Dr. Slump or Tobal #1 or any
Yeah.
other thing that he has done.
Also, once again, Akira Toriyama is on record as saying that he would never have worked on Dragon Quest had he known it would go on for so long. Because he is infamous lazy and has even admitted it himself.
Tone. It's either cutesy or anime, and I'm thinking pretty anime.
It's anime.
It is fairly anime. I mean, hell, the main character of Dragon Warrior 2, I think, is basically just Gohan in a Dragon Warrior costume, so...
Yeah, but Toriyama skews in the cute side. He doesn't look like anime.
Definitely looks like anime to me.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
Well,
But it's... Toriyama... The anime...
Yeah.
I would
No,
say
Toriyama-
the thing that I would also go with is that, especially if you look at some of the other character designs, they look very much like very most akin to like anime, especially if you look at like the box art. I think that's
Right,
what
I mean-
they're going for.
it skews closer to anime, but the monster designs are goofy with their giant bug eyes, cross-eyed expressions, and giant tongues. But I could go either way on this. When most people think of anime, they think of like Sailor Moon and 14-year-old girls who are 9 heads tall.
Also, the writing itself is like fairly standard fantasy animation.
Yeah, so it's either anime or cutesy. Either one.
I would probably go closer to anime than cutesy. Also, so we also, speaking of another thing of akin to Dragon Ball, that just is a stupid bit of trivia because it's a series staple, and also considering I did not get far enough into Dragon Ball to mention it, but there.
Oh no.
So the scene that basically comes after, eventually after the Yamcha bit of Dragon Ball comes up, they come across a giant mountain, and basically, that is when they have to bring Master Roshi to stop the mountain. But the thing is, and that is where this is the thing where Goku learns how to do the Kamehameha. The thing is that Roshi won't do it until he gets payment. And the payment that he wants is he wants Bulma to perform a puff puff. Which, when I'm editing this, I'm just going to put the manga scan in there because I don't want to describe what it is. But
I thought it was she talked him into wanting a puff puff.
I think in edited versions it's because Oolong turns into Bulma and gives him one.
That was
But yes, that stupid little joke is a Dragon Quest staple now. It is referenced, I think, in every game in the franchise.
The games are quite fond as well of having multiple puff encounters per game, and one of them is almost invariably an extremely muscly man comes up and performs the puff.
Axid is not motorboating,
It
actually.
is close, but not quite.
Think motorboating with less action.
Pretty much.
This conversation makes me uncomfortable.
But anyway, sound. Also a fun. Of course, it's one of those unfortunate things that you learn a bit of trivia about someone and it kind of ruins the thing of it. So the composer of this is, I believe his name is Koichi Sugiyama.
Correct.
The thing about him is that he's been kind of vocal lately, about how maybe Japan didn't commit as many war crimes in World War II as people say they did.
Oh god.
No.
No.
So yeah, that's a fun bit of trivia. But anyway, the music also, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the Cliff's Notes version is that he is a massive xenophobe, and
he
is on record saying he doesn't want the soundtrack for these games performed outside of Japan.
Yeah. Other than that, the sound, I mean, in this one, the sound effects are great. Like, I mean, they're great to the point where they're still being used today. But the music in this game, I think, kind of suffers.
Yeah, the leitmotifs that are created from the tunes in this game are still contemporary and still see a lot of use, but the actual use of the sound chip for the soundtrack in the game is really tinny and repetitive and shrill.
Also,
yeah.
I think we should just have this playing through the rest of the thing. Because
yes.
Is Game Center CX starting?
If only.
I love that show.
But yes.
It's fucking great.
I kind of want it, like, I'm thinking either C or B.
I would say C personally, just because like there are some songs that are really not great. Like the combat theme in this game is.
It would not surprise me if there was a Japanese-only theta rhythm based on Dragon Quest.
Oh, 100%. Like I would not doubt it.
I'm thinking C.
I'm pretty sure there is.
Like Dragon's Quest is a fucking phenomena over there.
Yeah.
And unsurprisingly, Squeenix does not want that over because they know that.
You cut out a bunch there.
Oh no.
What were you saying?
Just Squeenix probably doesn't want to release the Dragon Quest Theatrhythm because it would destroy the Final Fantasy ones.
Not in the West,
again,
at least.
Then again, the Final Fantasy one has stuff that's not from Final Fantasy. Considering God. I have to think about saying the name of the song because it could be something else. Megalomania from Live a Live is in that game.
What?
Megalomania. Yeah, it's a good fucking song.
There's actually a lot
I
of
mean,
songs.
I know it is, but why would it be in a Final Fantasy song game?
I don't know. There's also secret,
because
there's also
Bloody Live a Live is dead to the fucking world, that's why.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong. The Dragon Quest Theatrhythm was released in 2015, according to my inside source.
Style. A at minimum.
Yeah, it's got a style, all right.
There's a reason that the anime designs have persisted.
I don't know if I would not go I would not go S.
I would not say S, but it's definitely
it's
A, at
getting
least.
there, and they do kind of get there at some point.
This game does not feel good.
No.
I mean, I love it because it hits me directly.
You know what,
in the
actually, we have for feel. I have in the metric guide to say it's something that it's overly simplistic, or it feels overly simplistic, what I think is a incredibly apt descriptor.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird to describe it because like everyone's saying the same thing. It's like everyone, including this game, imitates this design later on, so you can clearly see like why it's better than like the clumsiness of Hydelight or something.
But yeah.
But also once again, it's hard to go back. It's the Seinfeld effect, like pure and simple. That is what it is. Like everything spawned from this to the point where it seems like this is really kind of dated and cliched and what have you.
Are there any XP draining enemies?
No.
You know what? One thing that I should add onto here, then I think it'd be probably D, is one save point in the entire game.
Yeah.
Actually, that is an E level.
It's also a game that just has the issue of it aged purely by virtue of being the JRPG.
approach. It's not too hard, it just is grindy, which is not hard, it's just tedious.
Yeah, and the growth thing's a bit of a dick, but really it's not a huge deal. The fights are never that difficult, I don't think. It's just super fucking grindy.
Yeah, it's just really grindy. This is where the phrase RPG elements came from. That the growing away from, I mean, I guess you could call it a roguelike, but most people don't think of grinding in a roguelike. JRPG started the concept of repeatedly crashing into enemies to gain levels.
So yeah, that's Dragon Quest. There's umpteen million more to go.
It's true.
Although I will say, thankfully, it goes up from here.
It goes way up from here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I have not really played a whole lot, but I mean, there's a reason why these things are so, like, there's just a lot of charm to them.
Yeah, they're fun. There's good writing, and Toriyama's designs help.
Yeah.
Unlike, say, Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I would say of the two, if I were to say which one am I looking forward to playing the games more, I am actually probably looking more forward to playing the Dragon Warrior games than I am the Final Fantasy games. Which technically, I guess now that I've played that, I guess that does open the door. Fantasy. That's not now. That's not going to be for a while.
Final Fantasy has dragons, but they are not a central focus.
Yeah, also, gotta figure out which version of that game I'm going to play. Do I want to do the PS1 one, or do I want to do the Game Boy Advance one?
A shame you can't do a good one.
Then I just skip that one.
Ouch.
Exactly.
Although I will say, I did actually enjoy playing the first first Final Fantasy on the PlayStation, because they fix a lot of things that were weird about that one. But yeah, that's
practically speaking, the Game Boy Advance version of Final Fantasy 1 is basically just the PlayStation version, but it doesn't have crappy load times. It's essentially the exact same otherwise.
They also change it so it doesn't use Vancian magic.
That's right. That's the other thing. Although I believe it's an option to use Vancian magic.
If it's an option, I might turn that on, because I think that's kind of interesting. Like, yeah. But anyway, so yeah. So that's going to do it for this episode. So thank you all for watching. If you're here right now watching this on Twitch, you can go to my YouTube channel, youtube.ldp.life, to watch edited VODs of this. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can watch some of these, or you can watch, well, all of these are basically recorded live on my Twitch channel, Fridays and Saturdays. Fridays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to keep track of what I am currently working on and just kind of see how I am doing, you can follow me on Twitter at LoloDePuzzlo. Or if you want to take part in polls and also see what's going on, you can join my Discord server at discord.ldp.life. So thank you all for watching, and have a good night.